Let us take a crazy hypothetical example. Let's say you have $100. Today with this $100, you can buy 1,000 apples. But now in future, with the same $100, you can buy only 500 apples. This is because of an inflation. Price of an apple today is $0.1 per apple, whereas price of an apple in future is $0.2 per apple. With time, the price of an apple has increased. With this example, we can understand a basic definition of time value of money. That is, value of money today is more than the value of money in future. Today with $100, you can buy 1,000 apples. But with the same amount of money, in future, you can only buy 500 apples. Let us increase the level of craziness with another example. Let's say you need $10,000 for a year and you approach a bank. Bank will lend you $10,000 for a year, but at the end of the year, you need to pay back $20,000 to bank. Now let's make this super crazy with a hypothetical situation. What if bank decides to buy apples with this $10,000? Then in that case, bank can buy 100,000 apples. But as bank has already given this $10,000 to you, and now after 1 year, if you pay only $10,000 to bank, then bank will be at loss. As in future, bank can only buy 50,000 apples, that is at a price of $0.2. That's the reason bank will charge extra money to make sure bank is not at a loss. In order to make present value of money same as future value of money, bank is charging interest of $10,000. Enough of these crazy examples. Let us take real life example. Let's say you need $1,000 for a year and you have approached the bank for it. Bank will lend you $1,000 today for a year and you need to repay bank $1,050 at the end of the year. Bank is charging $50 as an interest in order to make sure value of money today is equal to value of money in future. With this example, we can create a basic formula. Future value of money is equal to present value of money plus interest. The same concept will apply when you lend money to your friend. If you lend $1,000 today to your friend, you expect that your friend pay you back $1,000 plus some interest. And same goes with depositing money in saving account in a bank. If you deposit $10,000 in a saving account for 5 years in a bank, you expect that you receive $10,000 plus interest at the end of 5 years. Now if I give you two options, let's say option number 1 to receive $10,000 today, or option number 2 to receive $10,000 after 1 year. Which option will you select? Obviously, option number 1. It makes sense, as value of money today is more than the value of money in future. Now let us understand what is interest, principal amount, rate of interest, and accumulated amount. If you borrow $1,000 from a bank for a year and at the end of the year you need to pay back $1,050, then in this case $1,000 is principal amount, that is the initial value. $50 is interest, that is $1,050 minus $1,000. 5% is rate of interest per year, and $1,050 is an accumulated amount, that is the final value.